My name is Ulrike Lunacek. I'm a Green member of this European Parliament. I'm from Austria, and I have been elected Vice President of this European Parliament on July 1st. I've been co-president of the LGBT Intergroup during the last 5 years, and in that period, the Intergroup has counted over 170 MEPs, most of them straight, from almost all political groups. As you receive this message, we are in the process of setting up the LGBTI Intergroup for the next 5 years, and we already have more than 80 MEPs signed up to. First of all, let me congratulate the Italian Presidency on organizing this important event, together with the Fundamental Rights Agency. Indeed, there's a great need to develop effective and targeted policy responses by the European Union and by each and every one of its member states to address the fundamental rights challenges faced by lesbians, gays, bisexual, transgender and intersex people. And I'm very happy to see that the Council takes an initiative to start tackling this problem by organizing this high-level event. As a lesbian woman myself, who has had her coming out more than 30 years ago, I know how far we have come, and that in a global context, this common Europe has had quite a lot of progress in general acceptance of LGBTI people. But, nevertheless, although there are certain EU-wide laws which include protection for lesbians, gay, bisexual and transgender people, the legal and policy situation for LGBT people differs markedly from one state to the other. For example, whereas discrimination is forbidden in employment throughout the European Union, it is not forbidden in all member states when it comes to the provision of goods and services. For example, when two lesbians want to rent an apartment together, or when two gay men are refused entry into a discotheque because of their sexual orientation, or when it comes to bullying in schools. Still, we know that discrimination in these areas is widespread. Now, research and surveys from the EU's Fundamental Rights Agency have shown that in schools, 90% of people surveyed have heard or seen negative conduct or aggressive language against someone who was perceived to be LGBT. This is something we absolutely need to tackle. We all want our children to feel safe in school. Furthermore, when we know that more than half of LGBT people are afraid sometimes of walking hand in hand with their loved ones in the streets, many others are afraid of telling in their office or at school who they went to the movies with on a Sunday evening. But why should anyone be afraid to show or tell who you're in love with? We all fall in love, and we know what a beautiful feeling that is. And we do not decide who we fall in love with. It simply happens. So why should anyone be afraid to show it? Fear, dear colleagues and friends, is no good advisor, neither for personal nor for the political life. We also know that 25% of the LGBT community have faced violence or have been threatened with violence during the last 5 years. Why are then LGBT people not included in European law addressing hate crime and hate speech? No one should face violence for being who they are. In February of this year, a large majority of this Parliament here in Strasbourg voted in favor of a recommendation of this Parliament for a roadmap against homophobia and discrimination of LGBT people. In this report, and I was the one who authored it, the Parliament asks the Commission to work together with Member States to develop a strategy to guarantee the human rights of LGBTI people throughout the Union in all relevant areas. Despite angering some on this continent who claimed this report and this action map against this roadmap against homophobia would create special rights for LGBTI people, The report found widespread support among all 5 main political parties. However, it is not just this Parliament that supports the rights of LGBTI people. I'm thrilled to see that 13 EU member states, that almost half, have already supported the call for a roadmap. And I would really like to encourage those member states that haven't done so yet to support it too. Because remember, it's about the validity of living a life without fear. Furthermore, I'd like to tell you that during the hearings with the new Commission, or the Commission that designates, I was very glad to hear that Madame Jourova, who will take over the justice and will have taken over the justice portfolio when you are seeing this video message, she also underlined the need for a comprehensive action plan on the rights of LGBTI people. That's what we want to work with her on. And it seems that we are, Parliament and Commission, increasingly rowing in the same direction. And I do hope that your discussions today will further contribute to that. We will remain committed to this. Full equality and a life without fear must become a reality sooner rather than later. From the European Parliament, I'm wishing you a very fruitful discussion. All the best and goodbye. Thank you.